The masses are going to go through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the high level in which the masses going to be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
Push the
Press
button.
that button.
Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. We are live on this Friday morning. We got some more information to bring to y'all regarding this military, industrial complex
Military integration between Israel and the
integration.
United
Right.
States. Yeah,
We got to
this
get
is a
into it, man.
serious. This is serious, y'all.
Make sure y'all come on in. Make sure y'all share this information out. Share this broadcast out. Yeah, we got to get into it, though. We got to get into it.
Somebody have to cover this because the mainstream media is definitely not covering it.
They not touching this. They not touching this topic at all. It's like they really don't want American citizens to know that they passed the Section 224 immigration bill. They really, no. I'm talking about not one mainstream media is touching this. Fox, CNN, AP.
And it's the biggest
This is the
thing.
biggest. Yeah, this is one of the biggest topics right now that should be talked about, and no mainstream is not touching it. So we know what they're doing.
This is dangerous what they're doing. This is very dangerous what they're doing. Because a lot of people, they might see this headline and not really understand, what that means for the United States and what that means for our country, especially our military. And especially America and the safety of American citizens by even integrating with a military that's been known to commit genocide in Palestine, known to commit genocide in Lebanon, known to, actually do false flag attacks and other type of terrorist attacks around the world they've been caught doing. So we're actually integrating with the enemy.
Yes.
And when I say the enemy, these people are wicked. They have no problem blowing up elementary schools. They have no problem, going after men, women, and children who just disagree with them. You ain't even allowed to disagree with them. They coming after you. And these are the type of wicked individuals that we allowing to have access to our military, our defenses, and all the intel that comes with that. Basically, by integrating with them in a way that this bill that we about to talk about, they literally have access to all of our data as far as military intelligence and everything. So if they actually wanted to invade, like, we just handle them all the information to do that. This is insane. I don't, to tell you the truth, I don't know what the hell Congress is doing. The fact that they trust a military that literally took over a country that they was invited into as refugees, and then they started attacking the country. I'm talking about Palestine now, because if y'all know the history of Israel and Palestine, y'all know that Palestine actually let Israel come into their country as refugees from the whole Nazi Germany World War II thing, and they let them occupy a state inside of Palestine, and they called it Israel. That's literally the history of Israel. But then Israel thought the whole Palestine is ours. Like, yeah, we was invited here, but now we're gonna take over the whole thing. And then they started basically bombing up basically men, women, and children from Palestine. So these are the people that we're allowing to integrate fully into our military. So basically that means that they will have the power to actually occupy American streets. They will have our weapons, they will have our technology, they will have our military support, Congress support to actually occupy the United States in any type of emergency that they declare. That's
Yeah.
very dangerous.
So the House of Armed Services Committee passed the fiscal year of 2027 National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, which includes the controversial Section 224. The committee advanced the over 1.15 trillion defense package by 44 to 12. They vote. So they was voted 44 to 12 for this. All right. So during the committee, the markup lawmakers overwhelmingly rejected the amendment by Representatives Ro Khanna and sought to strip the Section 224 from the bill. So this is Representative Kohana that actually produced a bill to strip the section from 224 that allows, U.S. military and Israel military to basically, intertwine with each other. So, Section 224 establishes the United States Israel Defense Technology Cooperation Initiatives. It requires the Department of Defense to designate a single executed agent to coordinate joint research, development, and integration of Israeli defense technologies into U.S. military systems, including AI, cybersecurity, and advanced weapons. Says the entire defense package is now moving on to the House Rules Committee and will face a full floor vote in the House of Representatives later in June. So this is going before the House of Representatives, and most of them up there is in support of Israel. You got to realize most of our Congress is in support of Israel on both sides, Democrat and Republicans. Yeah, so they up there just basically selling America out completely, completely. This is insane. We ain't never seen nothing like this. Now, this also opens up the door for Israel to actually build production centers in America as well. So they can actually build weapons production centers in America under this Section 224. Not just giving up all our data and giving up, you know, uh, military intelligence, but it also gives them, clarity to open, production centers in America. So this is like a full force takeover
Hmm.
of our military's defense. Yeah, it's a full-fledged takeover, bro. This is
And the
insane.
and the fact that Congress is behind it is very frightening.
All right.
I mean, because that means that Congress is actually committing an act of treason. We're not supposed to come. No other country in the world will ever combine their militaries with a foreign country because it can result in invasion like that. No country does that. No country have done that in the past. Just look at the history. Countries don't do that. Yeah, they might work together, in certain wars and stuff and be allies, but they never integrate and give all their data to another country, which means all the data that our own government basically collect from us, Israel is going to have that.
Yes, indeed.
Which
Now, how
means
we?
that if Israel turned on us like they did Palestine, we're done because they're gonna have access to our missile defenses. They're gonna have access to all of our military crafts and everything. They're gonna have intel and everything that they need if they wanted to actually destroy America from the inside out. And this
Right.
is a country that have a history of doing that.
Which means they can also sell that data to other foreign countries to invade America if they wanted to. They wanted to just say, we're going to sell this data to Russia or China. They can actually sell us out to bigger entities that could come in and invade this country. Because this is Israel is they ain't nothing to be trusted anyway.
This is insane.
Yeah, so they can actually sell this shit off to other countries, sell the data off to other bigger countries if they wanted to. It's just
And the fact
insane.
that the mainstream media is hiding this information, they not reporting it. They not reporting
Not
any of
one
this
of them.
information, which means they know because all the other social all the other news people from around the world is reporting on this. And if you
Right,
look under the comments, the Americans under those comments are outraged because we know that's a clear act of treason, which is actually punishable by death. Because first of all, we aligning ourselves with a country and a military that commit mass genocide on a regular.
right.
I mean, it's so bad that look, just not too long ago, we just did the live stream about Trump arguing with their leader Netanyahu about him still attacking Lebanon after they supposed to have signed a treat a peace treaty, and he's
Yeah,
still attacking them actively, still committing genocide in Lebanon, still
yep.
actively committing genocide in Palestine. Like this is and this is who we allowing to have all of our military intel. We're giving all of our so they have the drop on all of our troops. If they wanted to set our troops up, they easily be able to do that. Do you understand like how dangerous this is? This is the biggest threat to our country and our safety for our men, women, and children inside of this country. This is the biggest threat right now. Because I honestly believe that they're setting us up for an invasion. First of all, it's just all coming together perfectly. They're killing our economy on purpose. It's getting to the point where people ain't able to afford anything. And that's like one of the first steps they do when they do want to basically invade a country or take that they want to disable us economically first. Because if you can't even get from point A to point B because gas prices are so high, you
Yeah,
got an empty stomach. How the hell you going to fight a war? And then the fact that they're able to have all the intel through all the devices that we use. You got to understand they know all of our habits. They know everybody who got weapons. They know every American inside out now. They know every American inside out because of all these damn devices that we got around us. The Alexas, the smart TVs, the phones, the laptops. And it was already said that Israel companies already manage a lot of those chips that's put into these devices. So they
yeah, it
already got
is.
all of our intel.
Yeah,
So they
it
don't only
is.
got intel on every American citizen and our views and what we think about them. They also now they're gonna have full-fledged intel on our military because they're gonna literally be integrated into our systems. And what creeps me out the most about this is part of that 224 bill is talking about the advanced technology that they working on. The cooperation is literally if y'all Google this right now, y'all see all this information pop up, and you'll see that Congress is behind this and they already moving forward with it. It's a section on there that's labeled advanced technology. It says the cooperation is expanding deeply into next generation warfare technologies. Listen, next generation warfare
Hmm.
technologies, including artificial intelligence, quantum technology, autonomous systems, directed energy weapons, and cyber operations. Do y'all understand what that means? That's why they want the data centers everywhere. Once they get
Exactly.
those data centers, they're able to build drone armies that can literally invade us based on our intel. They see that this household over here they don't support Israel. Let's send a bunch of autonomous robots
Yeah,
to their house and basically wipe them out.
yeah. They could
Like
just drop a. They could just shoot a missile and just because
a
you know they could
missile,
just.
or they
Yeah,
could send drones.
and you got to understand they have the technology to have the heat seekers where they can actually scan your house and see what part of the house people are in. Like the sort of like the technology that the Predator got, where you can actually see, you know, the person inside and where they at in the house and all that. So yeah, they have this high tech technology. They able to, you know, just basically just take over our whole country if they wanted to.
And it's
But that's going,
autonomous.
but that's going to be that's still going to be a fight on their hands because you got to realize there's still, hundred millions of Americans that still, hold firearms, and a lot of them have, a lot of firepower as well.
But the thing is, we won't even be fighting humans.
Right.
We'd be fighting drones and
Why?
robots and
Why
shit.
they? Why they get to hide out in bunkers?
While they can hide out in
Yeah.
bunkers, right?
Yeah.
So
Why
if
they?
our arsenal won't even matter. That's why, and they know that. They know they wouldn't be able to win a ground
Man
fight
against
against
machine.
Americans. That's why they want those data centers so bad. They want those data centers because in order to have the autonomous robot armies, they literally need to be able to process that information. And the data centers are the only things that'll be able to do that. So they will need massive data centers. But once they get the massive data centers, we are screwed because they got all types of drones and robots that are armed that will be able to invade us, and they won't have to do nothing. They could literally
Right.
pull it up with a blimp or a truck and release a whole bunch of drones to basically take us out. And they could do it based off our intel because they can literally track us through all the information that they gathered from us. So basically, any household that didn't agree with Israel's takeover, they could send drones to your location in real time. That's why, matter of fact, there's a YouTube video. It's actually a short movie called Slaughterbots, and it's done by someone who works with inside that industry.
Yeah.
Actually, they were actually one of the pioneers of this type of technology with autonomous robots and warfare. It's called Slaughterbots, and I suggest that y'all. What matter of fact, we should pull that up. I should
Yeah.
send you that.
Yeah.
We
Send
should
that.
pull that up and just to give y'all a glimpse of how this works. And the guy the guy who put this together, he says we are in danger because all the governments around the world are already experimenting with it. But the ones who are ahead in this is the United States, Israel, Ukraine, and China.
China. I'm about to say China as
Yes.
well.
So they basically already accomplish as far now they just need to be able to get the data centers in place.
Yeah.
And when y'all see this, when y'all see this short film, this is going to creep the hell out of y'all and just know that literally this is what they have now. And
All right.
this is what Ukraine been using it or testing it and everything. And that was one of the reasons why the United States was giving money to the Ukraine to test these weapons. And that's one of the biggest parts of this bill. One of the biggest parts of this bill is this type of AI technology, this
Right.
autonomous warfare.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what their goal is once they get their hooks into the United States, which they already did. They
All right.
already
Well,
got their hooks into the United States. All
this
right, I
is
just
some of
hit that drum.
okay. This is some of the people that some of those up there at the committee that actually voted against um that section of the bill where to integrate U.S. military with Israel. So this is some of them that actually proposed the bill to basically remove that, and they pretty much got ignored and outvoted. So let's just get into this real
Like the
quick.
worst kind of NATO arrangement ever, where we can't extract ourselves from the government of Israel.
We've certainly given Israel enough money. We don't need to integrate our militaries with them.
I am currently outside of the House Armed Services Committee. By voice vote, they just shot down Representative Ro Khanna's amendment to strike Section 224 from the NDAA. What does that mean? Section 224 would link the Israeli and U.S. militaries by allowing Israel access to all of our most sensitive technology, whether that's cybersecurity, biometric. The only two people in committee to come out and speak in favor of Khanna's amendment are Khanna himself and Representative Sarah Jacobs. And now it's going to go to the floor for a vote after it gets out of committee markup. And Representative Thomas Massey has committed to trying to get Section 224 struck again, but it would have to go through, if there's another amendment on the floor, the Rules Committee, which is controlled by the Republican majority, and they are obviously massively pro-Israel. So before all of this happened, I was asking members going in and out of the room where they stood. Let's see what they had to say.
Section 224 would fuse the U.S. with Israel in weapons production, allowing them to get these weapons without any human rights tests, as it appoints one coordinating person who's going to now have the militaries more integrated. And if there's good technology that we developed, then we should get it.
I think it's even more important now because this week we find out there's a letter from Netanyahu to a member of Congress talking about enmeshing the two militaries.
A Republican on the committee.
Yes, using that in lieu of the $3.8 billion. I think that's a terrible idea. The Pentagon's never passed an audit. We'll not know where the money goes, and we'll be like obligated more so than a NATO agreement. What they're trying to do here in the military, which is to hide that funding, to launder it, if you will, that comes from U.S. taxpayers. They're doing the same thing with the political donations to members of Congress up here.
People who really care about this, people are...
Now, you're here, and I've talked to you many times, haven't I? I don't have time to talk to you right
With
now.
it, I mean, Israel tests a lot of equipment for us, and we use that data and information. They've been a good military partner for us.
Why would we give up leverage to them when we can just make partnerships to get the technology?
Great partnership with Israel militarily.
It's super important because Israel is on the cutting edge of a lot of great technology in the defense sector. And all this does is basically create an opportunity for us to work closely with Israel.
The base
Hear that?
test
Technology.
is unnecessary. We've been close to Israel on virtually everything. Technology, weapons, you name it. And we don't need to have it in law.
Y'all see that? And not one mainstream media is reporting on this. Is alternative media that's covering this, such as ourselves and other alternative medias. Mainstream media is not touching this at all because they know if majority of the public get a hold of this information, they're going to be outraged to find out that they're trying to integrate our military with Israel military and giving up all our information to a foreign entity. That is insane. And we never seen nothing like this. Never. We never seen nothing like this.
Conveniently, at the same time, the country is collapsing economically, and they built detention $100 billion detention camps all over the United States, claiming that it's for immigrants, but we really know it's going to be for Americans. And they
Right.
easily be able to get us in there because most people always had that question. Well, it'll never be like Nazi Germany over here. Our troops will never do that to us. Well, it
Yeah.
never dawned on people they're not going to use our troops. They're going to use a foreign power to do it, and they're going to make it legal because they're going to get Congress, who sold us out, to sell it in, to basically sign it in there. And that's what we're seeing and witnessing right now. That's why we're telling y'all this is a very important stream. Like this is literally about our lives here in America. Like if they bring the shit that they doing in Palestine over here, we in trouble, y'all. Like this is not even something like to joke about. This ain't nothing to laugh about or take light about. They really are, killing men, women, and children over there.
Right.
Committing mass genocide, and now they planning on moving into America to do the
Yeah,
same.
this is not
Like this is a
Palestine though.
very,
Let them we letting y'all know now. This is not
and they
Palestine.
know that, and they know that's not. They know this is
That's
not Palestine.
that's a different
That's
type
why.
of fight.
That's why you think they want to integrate everything and then build those data centers.
Right.
You gotta think about it. That's why they want those data centers so bad, because those data centers don't got nothing to do with cause so we could get better cell phone connection or so we could use Chat GPT. That's bull crap. They don't even need those massive data centers for people to use Chat GPT. That's a fraud. They want those data centers for surveillance and to be able to run humanoid robots
Yep.
and drones.
Facts.
That's the only reason why they want those data centers. And at the same time, an economic collapse, everybody's going to be basically homeless. So you already know they're going to declare some type of emergency over here because they stealing everybody's wealth at a fast rate, and people are just not seeing that this is not because they're incompetent. It's because it's literally designed for them to do that because they want to cripple us economically first before they set all of this up. And that's what's happening.
they
because
gotta.
you can't do shit if gas prices is 12. You can How you gonna fight a war or anything? Gas prices is $12 a gallon. Like you're not getting it. You can't even get back and forth to work with that. And then people are
Right.
like, well, yeah, that don't sound logical. Why would they do that? Because then they could declare an emergency and they could start declaring what's essential and what's non-essential. But this time it's not going to be from COVID. It's going to be because economic collapse. That's going to be even worse than the COVID thing when they was restricting things down to essential and non-essential, which means they trying to come up with some universal basic income type of thing. Because just think about it, most people ain't gonna be able to afford to go to work. See, they not just going to outright just invade us. Like, oh,
Yeah, they have to do it
we got the
gradually.
robot.
Yeah,
Yeah, they gonna do it gradually, but they still gonna act fast. But they got to do it gradually, and they got to make it look like they can't just make it look like they
and
invaded us for nothing. So they need the
yeah,
propaganda. So they just say, we had to declare emergency over there. We had to do some things to them because to keep order because
and they need to
nobody
stay
had
under
no
the
money.
radar.
Because nobody had no money to do anything. No, that's what they want to tell the world. Like we had to do
Yeah,
what we had to do to manage the American people because of the economic crisis. I mean, that's basically what it's going to boil down to. Because
yeah,
they own all they manipulate all the markets and own all the industries to the point where they can make anybody and everybody broke at this point. Because all the stuff that we depend on, they own. So
yeah. They
until
got
we
all the
get
resources. Yep.
That's why the only solution would be for people to start supporting their local businesses and
Yeah,
stop depending on the big industries for everything and start supporting your local people with stuff,
yeah.
especially with food and stuff like that. I mean,
Right,
that's your only option right now, besides just saying no and people's going against this to say no, we don't want to integrate with their. But the thing is, the problem a lot of people don't know because the mainstream media is not reporting on it,
right. All right, let me
and
get into
Defense
this.
that's the critical aspect right there because the mainstream media is not reporting on this. So people ain't
Dang.
gonna have time to
Yeah,
do anything or know that it's going on if because or be out even have time to be outraged because
yeah. Y'all
you
have
didn't
to
even know
share this
about it.
because mainstream media is not gonna put it out there. So share this, and I suggest y'all do y'all research on this and whatever y'all come across more information, share it because mainstream media is not going to touch this because they know
Yeah,
if
this is
this was
crazy.
if this was reported on the international level, um, that the citizens are going to be outraged at this. They know they're going to catch a lot of resistance from this.
Act for 2027. They're getting ready to pass the next few months. The big defense bill budget over $1 trillion. And in the legislation, section 224, go read it for yourself. It says that we're going to partner with Israel from DARPA to the universities through weapons development, intelligence, lifetime intelligence, telemetry, weapons guidance for full lifetime integration of all of our systems. We do this with nobody else. We share intelligence with the Five Eyes, but that's not this. This is lifetime fusion, a marriage, an integration with Israel, famous for spying on our secrets and selling them to our enemies for the highest bidder, aka people like Jonathan Pollard. You have the new Defense Authorization Act for 2027. They're getting ready to pass the next few months. The big defense bill budget over $1 trillion. And in the legislation, section 224, go read it for yourself. It says that we're going to partner with Israel from DARPA.
Now, DARPA, y'all know that's the technology. They based on military technology, drones, humanoid robots, but they are militarized. So
Hmm.
for them to actually gain access to that, mm-mm-mm-mm. This is crazy, bro. Like this is like no other. We ain't never seen nothing like this. And the fact that mainstream media is not touching this at all is mind-boggling. It is.
And the thing is, this could change very fast if a whole bunch of people find out. That's the thing.
Right.
Because I mean, if majority of people saying no and they not even finished building all the data centers and all that yet, then they basically gonna fail in their plan. Because you gotta think about it, they not gonna be able to fully pull this all off yet. before people get too, because people's already, to tell you the truth, is already a lot of people who ain't feeling what's going on, period, how things are being ran in this country. They might
Yeah,
not see the big picture, but they know something is wrong. And people starting to see that it ain't about Democrat, Republican. It's
right,
not really even about that. Who cares? That stuff that just, those are just titles that they throw out there, but they still do the same stuff. It don't matter what their label are. They all do the same thing, y'all. All right, so this is the short film Slaughterbots that
it's
we
put
was
out by
basically talking
Dust,
about.
channel Dust,
Right.
DUST. They put this video together, sci-fi short film, Slaughterbots. All
It's just
right,
like
so
the
let's
show Black. It's just like the show Black Mirror, but the people who put this together actually work in that field, and they just basically telling us if we
yeah,
don't get ourselves together, this is the type route that we headed towards, because they already working on this type of technology. Which, I mean, could be shut down real quick if enough people say, "Nah, we don't want that type technology out there."
right.
At
All
least
right, so
not
let's
legally.
make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all hit the like button, and share this out. All right, let's get it.
Customer pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now, that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. These are available today. We have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialist clients.
The nation is still recovering from yesterday's incident, which officials are describing as some kind of automated attack, which killed 11 U.S. senators at the Capitol building.
They flew in from everywhere but attacked just one side of the aisle. It was chaos. People were screaming.
You can see high windows, very small, precisely punctured to gain entry to the building.
What did you do to the victim?
I just did what I could for him. Things weren't even interested in me. They're just buzzing.
Government sources admit the intelligence community has no idea who perpetrated the attack, nor whether it was a state, group, or even a single individual.
So if we can't defend ourselves, then we strike back.
We are investing very heavily in classified defense projects.
We make it our deterrent like our nuclear deterrent. We stockpile in the millions, the billions.
At key facilities, the White House, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street.
Safe in their homes.
Well, we wish we had boots on the ground in every community in this country, but we don't. So our
Ollie?
our suggestions are to stay in touch.
Ollie, oh, hi. Hi, Ollie, honey. How is Edinburgh today? How are all your studies going, huh?
Good. Great.
Oh, great. Hey, aren't we doing a video call today?
I'm kind of with people, so.
Oh, well, come on, Oliver, put her on.
Oh no, it's not like that.
Oh, well, Listen, I see some photos here with somebody, and I can see lots of likes. And what's that all about? Oh, shit, here, on your mom. She's on the spy stuff in the military. What is this video right here? Oh.
No, I'm not going to click on it. It's just this human rights thing about oppression or whatever.
Honey, you're not going into politics, are you? I mean, no.
It's safe here, just like you said it would be.
Heavy traffic approaching the A720 this morning. Due to police.
Police are not saying this morning what prompted the alert.
Claim relaxing firearm legislation would be useless against the so-called slaughter bots.
Is to stay away from crowds. When indoors, keep windows covered with shutters.
Protect your family. Stay inside.
Yo, that's crazy.
Oliver, can you hear me? Listen to me.
Drone technology.
Authorities are still struggling to make sense of an attack on university campuses worldwide, which targeted some students and not others. The search for a motive is apparently turning to social media, and a video shared by the victims exposing corruption at the height.
But it's far from surprising. The weapons took away the expense, danger, and risk of waging war. And now we can't afford to challenge anyone, really. It's not even the smallest fringe group or a crank.
Who could have done this?
Anyone.
Dumb weapons drop where you point them. Smart weapons consume data. When you can find your enemy using data, even by a hashtag, you can target an evil ideology right where it starts.
Wow. I think that's it.
This short film is more than just speculation. It shows the results of integrating and miniaturizing technologies that we already have.
This part
I'm
is
Stuart
important.
Russell, a professor of computer science at Berkeley. I've worked in AI for more than 35 years. Its potential to benefit humanity is enormous, even in defense. But allowing machines to choose to kill humans will be devastating to our security and freedom. Thousands of my fellow researchers agree. We have an opportunity to prevent the future you just saw, but the window to act is closing fast.
So when you hear them up there talking about it's the technology is the reason why they want to integrate our military with Israel, this is the technology they talking about. This is one of the technologies they talking about. Because it specifically say drones. Let me go back to the list.
Autonomous warfare. That's
Yeah,
what
it says
autonomous warfare is.
yeah, including AI, cyber security, which is them, tapping into the data, having access to all our data, and advanced weapons, which is what we just seen in this short film.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
autonomous. That's the basically the definition of autonomous systems, and like the artificial intelligence integrated with that.
Right.
So that means they don't even need a manual person to even operate it. It's just roaming around like, and the thing is that type stuff can literally that stuff that just imagine if like a virus or something corrupted it and it just started acting on its own like some Terminator shit. Like that's another thing, and it don't even care who it goes after. So what happens when that happens? Then nobody's safe, not even them.
Yeah, because it will malfunction. Right. It
Right.
will malfunction.
Exactly. And I don't think it's gonna work. I think that's just gonna what that's gonna do, that's gonna be almost worse than basically using a nuclear bomb. It'll
Right.
be worse than that. It would be worse than that. Y'all just don't understand like what that can actually do. That's why I say I don't think they're gonna be successful. First of all, man-made stuff breaks down all the time. There's been many failed inventions that was supposed to come out and they didn't keep it because they realized, oh, this is just too devastating. But I mean, with this can get out of hand really fast if not managed properly. That's why we don't want this in the hands of anybody who want to have any ill intent. Because the thing is, that type of technology is probably not even good to use for us right now.
Right.
Because I don't think humankind is able to handle technology like this yet.
No. No.
And that's and that's the real thing behind this. Like we're not ready to handle this type of technology. I don't think the human race is mature enough to handle this type of technology. Because it's the ego thing and greed.
Right.
Like that's what it's always, the ego thing and greed with humankind. That's why I feel like you can't really let them get their hands on weapons like this, or not just weapons, because they're not weapons. It's technology that could actually be used for good too. But the same the same drone that could drop a bomb on people is the same drone that can actually deliver food to you. And they're gonna be
Exactly.
doing it for it to do that too, but high quality food. But the thing is, I don't feel like we need artificial intelligence at that level right now in the world. People gotta crawl. You gotta crawl before you walk, before you start messing with this type of technology. And Chat GPT is where it should stop for a very long time.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
shouldn't go past that at all. Like we don't need too many, and we don't need no other forms of Teslas out there, especially in the forms of warfare. We don't need any more
Right.
of that. Self-driving cars, and now self-driving, basically drones that's armed to the T. Like we don't need that. We definitely don't need that right now.
Hell no.
And I thought
And
these governments, I thought they want to get rid of guns. Oh, that's just from the citizens' hands. They want us to
yeah,
be
yeah, they don't
unsafe
want us to have 'em.
while
Right.
they have armed drones
Yeah,
that
they
they
don't
don't
want
even
us
have
to
to
have.
manually operate.
You're right.
Like we don't even want that type of technology on the planet right now, because it's no
Now,
good for the planet.
and the thing is, there's a lot of people from that tech world that then came forward and said a lot of this technology is we not ready for.
Totally awesome or totally
Look at this.
frightening.
Look at this. Look at this shit here, dog. A lot of this technology
Oh shit,
is
hold
we
on.
not ready.
To-
Hold on, let me reshare this. Hold on, let me reshare this. Hold on, y'all.
The
Damn.
fact they trying to mass produce this stuff.
Yeah, these
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like the fact they trying to mass produce things. Like we definitely ain't ready for that. To mass produce autonomous military drones and all, nah, we don't need no more of that. I mean, they already using that system with other things, and they running a lot of tests on it, but they not using it at the capacity that we see it can get. That can really
Right.
get out of hand. We don't, tell you the
This
truth, I
Chinese
feel like we already
military
got enough technology right now to pause and figure out what we gonna do before we even try to start using any more advanced technology, because
Like
it
yeah,
seems
like
like it's
shit
not
like
totally
helping.
awesome.
that.
It seems like everybody's going broke trying to keep up with this technology, and the only ones that's getting wealthy are the tech companies.
Look at this
Or totally frightening. Look at this. China's military has released this video of a four-legged robot marching through a field with an automatic rifle mounted on its back. The Chinese state broadcaster calls it the newest member of China's urban combat operations. The robot dogs are programmed to conduct reconnaissance, identify the enemy, and strike the target. If that thing comes around the corner and if you're on the
Oh
other
my
side,
gosh.
you're done.
Yeah, over.
Yikes.
Like yeah, you have to fight, like you said, bro. That's what we're gonna be.
Totally
This
awesome
is
or
what we're gonna
totally
be. This is what people are gonna be fighting up against right there. A bunch of these. You know what I'm saying? Before they send humans in, they're gonna send these. These are gonna be front line.
And you gotta think about, the only thing that'll be able to disable all this is an EMP attack.
Right.
Electromagnetic pulse attack. And that, if y'all know anything
And that'll
about
shut
that,
everything
that
down.
fries that
Internet,
fries
everything.
that fries anything that uses a chip. The
Right.
majority of all these things use a chip. So an EMP, but then it'll shut everything down. Your cars, all your
Hold on a second,
smart
look this
tech could
shit
be
up.
shut down. So that's another thing. That's the only thing. And if they start using that, that'll shut society down. We'd just be post-apocalyptic at that point. because
Yeah, it's gonna send
if
us
if
back into
if
the Stone
EMPs
Age and
if
shit.
people are going to start using EMPs to basically counteract this stuff, this is going to start taking out our infrastructure fast
Right.
because it's going to fry all the chips. Anything that have a chip in it is going to be fried. And a
Exactly.
lot of people don't realize that. So it's like we don't want it to get so bad that the only way we able to even do anything about this is for an EMP attack because it can get out of the hands of the people who's using it. This is the point that we making. Like even the people who's using it, whether it's Israel with USA Army, you know, collaborating on creating these types of autonomous robots for war. It can even malfunction on them to the point it even comes after them.
And
And
there's
not
some
just them,
instances that have.
everybody.
Yeah,
And,
and
and
there's
not just
some.
them,
What was that?
everybody. And they have control over our nukes and everything. Like it's integrated into our system.
What was that video? Remember that video that went viral with a woman that came forth and said um, that these robots actually malfunction and actually end up going after humans? It was a while back. Remember, it was the woman in the red, and she reported that I don't know if it was in China. I think it was in China that these robots had malfunction and they start going after humans. You remember what I'm talking about? Let me see if I can find that.
It was like they said in China or something, or it was a
Yeah, it was a
lab that
woman.
got
Yeah, it was the
and the
one.
AI
Right.
almost leaked, and they had to shut it down because the AI started malfunctioning, turning on the people that was there that was actually trying to program them. Yeah, I mean that's the type stuff that's another reason why we saying that this information have to get out there because the people who's trying to deal with this type of tech don't even know what they doing with it. They don't realize that this can turn bad really
Found it.
fast,
I found it. I found it.
and not even just for us, for them too.
So they said this video, they said fact check that this viral video exposed military robots or killing 29 people in Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
They
Yeah,
said-
that was alleged. I mean, that's where all of the people who pioneered this type of technology didn't know where the system wanted to take it. A lot of them resigned from their positions and started speaking out against this technology. The people who was behind it, because they know they starting to see all the type of crazy stuff that can actually be done with it, and if it gets into the wrong hands, we all screwed. Because even the people that when it gets into their hands, even if they not going to be able to handle it, and it's probably going to go berserk and start taking them out and everybody else in the world out.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're trying to say. Like this is very dangerous to
I'm
have this
thinking
type
it.
of technology and be open with using it with no
Right.
regulation. Like there's no regulation on this. There's no regulation. They just able to it's more regulation on tobacco and weed and alcohol products than there is on this type of technology, which is way more harmful than smoking or drinking or whatever. This type
Yeah,
of
this was it.
technology is very dangerous to your health if it
4
gets out of
artificial
hand.
intelligent robots killed 29 scientists. They tried to pass this video off as being fake. I don't think this video was fake. I think this is something that got out. Um, so
Even
let me
if it
go
is
ahead.
fake, the fact that it's a possibility that
That it
something
can
like this
happen.
can
Right.
happen, this says that we need regulation with this type of stuff before we start dealing with it.
Right.
And the thing is, they already dealing with it behind the scenes, and we don't know if something going to get released that they can't even control.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta reshare that, John.
All right, let me reshare this, y'all. Sometimes the sound go out.
I don't know,
All right,
man. Make
hold
sure
on.
y'all like and share this video. As y'all can see, this is real facts that we bringing to y'all. This is actually in the bill that they're introducing to the House, and it's actually getting some traction. And they really want to integrate
Section
these military
224.
together.
Yep.
Specifically, Section 224.
At a
Yes.
top
Yep.
robotics
Yeah.
company
So
in
we
Japan
gotta
this week.
we gotta
4
basically
robots being
keep our eyes
developed for
open and
military
keep
applications
reporting to y'all
killed
what's happening in this field
29
because it
humans
seems
in
like
the lab.
nobody else want to talk about
Is
it.
it playing? Is it
Nah,
playing?
it ain't play. Nah,
Y'all still can't hear it? I'm
at least
reshare it
not on
again.
my end. It ain't.
Yeah, I can can y'all hear the video? All right, we'll replay it again.
Yeah.
Y'all should be able to hear
Play
it.
it one more time.
At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed
There you go.
29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd, but the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before. And this next sentence is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious shit, Linda, but you're never going to hear about this in
the mainstream media. Just like right now, the mainstream media is not reporting that on this this bill, this 224 section of the NDAA bill. The mainstream, when I tell you no mainstream outlet is touching this topic, every last one of them are not reporting on this. And this just passed, like they just passed it in the committee in the committee yesterday. So you would think mainstream media would hop on it right away, but nothing. Which means, guess what, y'all? This is basically showing us that how controlled the mainstream media is. These people own the media. This is prime example right here. So if you never believed that the media was mainstream media was highly controlled by them, now you know because they haven't reported on this at all. That is insane.
It is.
A major
is
bill
insane.
like this, a major bill like this that's being passed to integrate our military with Israel's military. It's insane.
And developing these projects with these autonomous warfare
It's insane.
drones and whatnot. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like that. First of all, they integrating without the Americans. The Americans even having a choice in it. And now they want to experiment with this type of technology being integrated with that country over there. That's insane, bro. Like that's beyond being a traitor at this point.
Right.
And then they ain't even regulating the stuff that they're working on, and it could get out of hand real fast to the point where it's a danger to all of us. Everybody, including them. That's the type technology they're working with. That can not only it can endanger everything. It can endanger everything. Because all we need is one of these robots to go haywire, and all the other one is being controlled by that same robot that go haywire, and then next thing you know, they invading your neighborhoods. And the thing is, we don't want them to have the power to be able to invade our neighborhoods with that. They shouldn't be in anyone's neighborhoods. Nowhere.
And the fact that this technology is actually learning the pattern of human behavior,
Facts.
where it can actually mimic us.
And look how many mistakes that it makes. Just the
Right.
AI that on our videos on
Yeah.
YouTube, they make mistakes all the time.
Right. The algorithm make mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
Flagging videos that have nothing to do with what they flagged it for, and then you have to put an appeal. Most of the appeals they don't even accept. They reject most of the appeals that you put in when your videos get flagged. But if people false reporting, they might take a look at it and restore your video. But other than that, they're removing channels. People waking up to the channels being gone, and they putting the pills in, and the pills is rejecting it. And this is just, autonomous. The algorithm actually just, scanning through, their the platform and just removing channels.
And YouTube
Removing,
acknowledged that, and YouTube acknowledges openly that the AI makes mistakes. That's why they had
yeah,
to have the human verification thing to overcheck the AI's work.
yeah.
And if any of y'all use AI, y'all know AI is definitely not perfect. So why would we want to use that for military right now? Why would we want to arm a system that can actually act on its own and have its own intelligence? Because it is artificial intelligence.
And not just
So,
that, bro.
which means that intelligence could be turned against all of us,
And
including the people who's trying to
right.
control it.
And we didn't even factor in the fact that this technology having control of our financial system, bro, where it's making decisions like mistakes like YouTube can make. It can actually turn your money off based off something you might have said on the internet and not necessarily violated any guidelines. They can make a mistake and can cause your money to get cut off. And you'll be without money for a whole month. And they'd be like, well, you have to wait 2 weeks or you have to wait a month or 90 days until
Hmm.
your money is restored.
Hmm.
Restored. You know what I mean? So having that technology and having that power over our financial system is dangerous as well. That's not going to be a
Facts.
system that's going to withstand much longer. I'm gonna be honest. A
Yeah,
system like that is
that's
not
a
going to stand long,
disaster. Yeah, that's a
bro.
disaster waiting to happen.
You have
All of
people
this,
right. You right.
all
You
of
have
this is a
people
disaster waiting to happen.
right now. Yeah, you have people right now that depend on YouTube, to live, and they like, man, the people that has either lost their channel or got demonetized. You should see the type mindset a lot of these people have. They playing a dangerous game by doing this. So that's why they think they could build bunkers and hide out and and control this from underground because that's what they want to do. A
Mhm.
lot of these bunkers are built with control centers. Especially Facebook is like one of the first data centers, first centers built underground with control centers where they can control this technology from underground because that's what their main objective is. To go underground and still be able to control this system from underground. That's why Trump is so keen on getting that, the what is the East Wing over there or at the White House because that's that so-called ballroom. I don't believe it's a ballroom. I believe it's definitely a data center built underground where they able to hide out for a long period of time, and they building everything down there. They building everything down there that they need to basically live down there and control this system from underground.
That's insane.
And this is not like a new plan. If you go back and you check throughout history, it's always been in effect for them to build. I mean, we had military systems underground. Even in PA, there was a town that was built. They built a military base underground where they had control centers under there. He's saying it was shut down, but I don't believe it. I believe they still some of these underground military operatives are still operating today.
They all are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they all operate. Yeah, they do that. That's a common practice that they do.
right.
It always have been. So I mean, what's happening? It's all by design. That's another thing we trying to tell y'all. This is not just some. This is like 100-year plans into play. But then the thing is, we all know stuff don't always work out down here, even for the wicked, even for
Facts.
the big wigs. Sometimes these plans just don't work out, and this is going to be one of them because this plan is not going to work. And it could either go away to where it won't work because the people actually shut them down, or it won't work and we all post apocalyptic now. Like it's
Right.
those are the only two options we got at this moment. Because if it remains in their hands and there's no regulation behind it, and people are not following the rules behind using this type of technology, as you can see, this type of technology can get out of hand really fast. So I guess it's up to the people how it's gonna go down. Me personally, I know it's not gonna work at all. It's just this just not, as you can see, every time we depend on technology, shit break down all the time.
Yeah.
Like this technology, like a lot of people, even with the Teslas, are having a lot of problems with those.
Yeah. You got malfunctioning Teslas
Yeah, when we
all the
talking about the
time.
people who's using the full self-driving
Self
and all of
driving.
that, yeah, all that stuff ain't perfect.
Yeah.
And
They just
that's
recently
just lower
reported that.
level. That's surface level stuff we talking about with that, with the Teslas driving around. Now, as you can
Yeah.
see, the more advanced stuff is dealing with, with the stuff that DARPA's working on, and this autonomous warfare type of stuff. And then I mean, come on. I'd rather have a Tesla malfunction than that thing. One of those robotic dogs walking around with a rifle on his back. I'd rather have the Tesla malfunction. I mean, I'd rather not have any of that malfunction, not even use it at this point. But
Right.
you definitely don't want that robotic dog with the rifle on his back to start malfunctioning. Or the whole AI system that's even controlling all those, whatever the AI mind that's controlling all the robots. Because it's all one. They need the data center so they can build the AI minds. So those facilities are going to be ran by artificial intelligence, which means they're going to be act intelligently running the facility at the same time running operations.
Yeah. I meant to pull this up. They saying those Waymo self-driving cars is doing weird shit, driving on the opposite side of the street,
Yeah,
be
yeah.
driving in circles, driving on railroads and stopping in the middle of a railroad. It's like doing weird shit. So I wouldn't even get in one of those Waymo damn self-driving cars. Hell no, them cars are dangerous.
Yeah,
They
like
saying these
what if robots start malfunctioning with the rifles and it fires a shot off by accident
right,
because of a malfunction and somebody get hit. Like that's another thing. Like we don't want this type of technology to be walking around. Like you don't want this type of technology to be walking around. Even if it was in good hands, you still have to be. I guess if it was in good hands, people would actually be more careful,
right.
which means they probably wouldn't even allow those machines out in public at all. In fact, don't even advance on the technology. That's one of the projects we need to scrap altogether.
Right.
We don't need to militarize artificial intelligence at all. It's like our governments, they love war. And because they never have to sacrifice their own. They don't never have to they only sacrifice the people. They don't care about the people. So they just use us to basically push their propaganda for wars when actually the whole world would be better with no war. For the human race supposed to be the most intelligent animal on the planet, because right now it seems like the animals are more intelligent than us right now. So we're not even we ain't even the way humankind is right now. The animals are better. The
Right.
animals are better than us, and we supposed to be the most intelligent on the planet. The animals are doing better than us. You understand how crazy that is right now? Because the animals aren't destroying the planet. We we're destroying all the planet. We're destroying the ecosystems and all that. Trying to build this technology that make our lives more convenient, but it's destroying the planet at the same time.
Right.
It's insane. Now it's about to get really destructive.
Yeah. This This is crucial times that we living in
Bro, I'll
right
be right
now.
back. Hold on.
All right, all right. It is definitely crucial times we living in right now. Now, I was trying to pull up something on DARPA too, because DARPA got a lot of technology that they advanced technology that they plan on using. Um, DARPA is the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, and they have a lot of. I think that was this it right here. Yeah, DARPA advisor admits publicly that the Neuralinks is old tech that the DARPA officially achieved non-surgical brain control. See, that's another thing too. They want to be able to, use our they want to be able to put chips in the shit that can control our mind state or predict. You ever watch the movie Minority Report where they was able to predict crimes and shit like that? Yeah, this is the type of technology they basically want to implement where they able to, track like pre behavior, criminal behavior, or some shit like that. Where they able to arrest people before a crime even happened. Like, come on now. Shit like that is not gonna that type of technology is not gonna last. Cause you can't, you know, uh prosecute a person on a crime they didn't commit. You can't be like, all right, well, we know this person was about to go do some shit and our technology picked it up and we can go and arrest them based off that off of that. I'm like, hell nah. Hell no. Let me see if I can pull this in. What's this shit right here? Yeah, this is it. Let me pull this shit up. Let me pull this up real quick.
You realize humans are the only ones that poison our own food source? That's why I
Right.
said the animals are better than us. There's no animal in the world who intentionally poisons their own food source.
Right.
And we talking about
This is
in
it.
mass numbers, like whole
All right, so
farms
this
and all the farmland poison with stuff that they spraying on it. Like no other animal on the planet would even do something like that. The animals
This is
are
right.
why
doing better than us.
Or even have right.
becomes so important to understand the novelty and the viability of neuroscience as being leveraged as weapons. We then have the use of nanoparticulate agents, aerosolizable nanomaterials that can be breathed in and disrupt blood flow or neurological network activity, that can be used as an in-close weapon, or perhaps that can be used as a more broad weapon of disruption and or destruction. We also have the capability to utilize nanomaterials to get electrodes into a head and to create a vast array of viable sensors and transmitters. This is DARPA's N-Cubed program, next generation non-invasive neuromodulation, utilizing these techniques and technologies to create vast arrays of implantable electrodes that need not be put into the brain surgically, that are then able to read from the brain and write into the brain remotely in real time. And there is a rapid pace. Prizes are big economically, in terms of power as well, but there are risks and hazards. Yeah, there are conventions that are out there, but the question then arises, are these conventions not just necessary, but are they sufficient? These international signatory treaties have suggested that no, they're not. They're really not keeping their finger on the pulse of the rapid development of brain sciences, not only within the United States and its allied nations, but internationally. And sometimes in programs that utilize commercial veiling to be able to then hide behind in terms of what's being made available to make their military intelligence personnel better, to develop a whole arsenal of weapons, both kinetically and non-kinetically, that can then decrement the performance of competitors and adversaries.
That's the type of technology they basically trying to, and we already know they're using nanotechnology. We already know they're using that. They even using that shit in food.
So this like an episode of Black Mirror at this point.
Yeah, that's why they put the Black Mirror series out. That's why they put that series out, because that's predictive programming. To get us to go along and accept the shit that's coming along. Like I said, they heavy on using predictive programming. A lot of this shit we see in cartoons and movies, and yeah, that's all predictive programming. And they, you know, they work closely with the CIA. You already know that Hollywood works closely with the CIA.
So that's why they trying to shape our reality with the predictive programming,
Yeah,
basically, that they do through these TV shows and these TV
yeah,
series, Netflix originals, and like
yeah,
they put this propaganda out there to basically shape our minds
yeah.
into accepting a society like this. But the reality is that they're not even seeing that people aren't really accepting.
Hell no.
Like the thing is, people is tired and fed up. It's just not enough people being vocal about it. But
Right,
that's starting to change really fast because I'm pretty sure y'all out there. I know y'all pissed off the way things are going. I know
right,
I know a lot of people, some people blame it on whatever administration is running the country right now, but those of us who really been paying attention realize it don't matter what administration in there. It don't matter
right,
what political party in there. We getting shitted on. Like it's the
right.
same with both parties, so it don't even matter what political affiliation you have when it comes to this. Like now it's past that, and that's what we trying to get through to y'all, that and a lot of y'all get it. I mean, I don't even we don't even have to get through to a lot of y'all, because a lot of y'all that follow us, y'all definitely know. Y'all
Facts.
definitely, because y'all comments, yeah, I mean, y'all be teaching us some stuff in y'all in the
In the
comments that
comment
y'all leave.
section, hell yeah. Y'all be putting
Yeah,
it in the
so
comment section. Hell yeah.
that's why we like, all right, we just need more people to come together who are conscious of what's going on, and we gonna put all those differences aside, because that's what it's gonna take to beat this. We gotta put all our differences aside. And that's
Right,
what it boils down to at the end of the day. We can't argue about who was the best Republican or the best Democrat, who's the best you feel that can lead this country. It's like, nah, we gotta lead our
the
own
people have
households
to lead.
first,
Yeah, the
and,
people
and
have
we
to
have to
lead this
lead our own
country.
communities, because we can't depend on the politicians. Politicians, they live in luxury no matter what's going on. So they make decisions where we have to sacrifice, we have to live below our means, but then they get to live in luxury because they just live off of luxury with inside trading, tax dollars with no oversight.
Yep.
So they get to
Tax
live
cuts. Right.
yup, tax
Tax
cuts, and
breaks.
then yup, then they give their own self raises because they write the laws and the rules, so they just make sure they give themselves raises, and it's legal to do that. They got to get certain amount of raises, and they get them big raises, but then at the same time accepting payouts from the corporation that's greasing their pockets. So that's how things been running over here, and that's very corrupt system. I mean, obviously, look around us. And the thing is, it don't matter who's in office, operation continues. Cause some of them, they get up there, they talk and they sound good, and they do these little propaganda things where they show them, eating at restaurants. Yeah, they people just like us.
That's
Look,
called bait and switch.
Look, Obama like basketball just like Steph Curry, just like you do.
Yeah.
He loves basketball. Hillary Clinton loved hot sauce on her
Just
chicken wings.
relatable, trying to be
Like,
relatable.
or
Right.
what is it? Or Bush.
Hot
Oh,
sauce.
he
Yeah, she
loves
keep
to go
hot
to a
sauce in her
pig roast.
pocketbook.
Bush loves a good pig roast.
Right.
You know what I'm
They,
saying?
that's the that's
Trump love a good hot dog at the golf course
yeah.
or at the country club. Yeah,
That's them trying to be
it's the same
relatable to the
shit.
people and shit.
And people eat that up, not realizing, man, the same stuff that you was fighting against with the other candidate, the candidate that you voted for is doing the same thing. And then you look and
Right.
you say, oh, they both doing the same thing. There ain't no lesser evil anymore because they both selling us out in the same way, whether it's Democrat or Republican. So it don't even matter.
Yeah, they
People
just
see that, who rock with us. People see that who rock with
right.
us. Like, it's all in the comments. People, most of our followers don't even fall into any of that shit.
Nah, they don't fall.
Democrat, Republican.
Nope.
What is that? That don't even mean nothing in 2026. People gotta understand we way past voting now. That's what, and a lot of people are starting to understand that we're way past voting. It's so corrupt now. It don't matter who you vote for, the corruption just remains, and it's like business as usual. Rob
Yeah.
the American. How could we rob the American people today? Every government in the world wakes up as, how could we rob our
Rob the
citizens
people.
today?
Yep. How
Yep.
can we
And
rob our people?
this is damn near almost every government in the world. How could we rob the people today?
Yeah, because the people is where that's the people that they have to depend on the people to sustain. The people is what keep the the system going. So yeah, they need the people. That's what I'm saying. Like, regardless of how many, how much the population or population control they do, and they trying to bring in AI technology, that's not going to you basically sustain the system. It's going to actually takes humans to actually keep the energy of humans to keep the system going. So they need to depend on the people to keep the system going, to keep us consuming and buying into the system, to keep it going. So I don't care what type of the population they trying to implement and try to kill half of the population off. That shit ain't never working. That shit ain't never worked throughout history. I don't care how much technology they have, or how many diseases they try to implement into the society. They little laboratory, disease, viruses and shit like that. They was never be able to accomplish that, killing half of the world population. Hell no. That would never happen. It never happened in history, and it never will happen unless higher power decides that half of the population have to go. But mankind doing that, no, that's not gonna happen. First of all, we reproduce too damn fast for some shit like that to happen. It don't matter how many type of, blockage they try to put in, humans reproducing, they will never be able to stop reproduction on this planet, ever. Ever.
Agree.
I think it's arrogance. I think it's the ego. I think these people are like egotistic maniacs, and they're arrogant. They're so arrogant that they think they could play God, and they able to, pull off a lot of the shit that they come up with. And that's where they're gonna F up in the long run.
I
They're
mean,
gonna be
things are already
they go
going
yeah,
bad
they're
on
gonna be
all
destroyed
sides,
by their
including
own
them.
ego. Right. So I don't really fear none of this shit anyway. And y'all should never fear none of this. Because
Yeah, because it's not going to work
cow
out.
yeah,
Some shit just don't work out on this planet,
cowards
man.
ain't gonna make it into the kingdom anyway. So y'all already know that. Cowards are not gonna make it into the kingdom. So it should be no fear, at all. It should be no fear of none of this shit. Not even death. People shouldn't even be, have fear of death. None of that. Yeah. Yo, make sure y'all like this video, share this video out, man. Shout out to y'all that tuned in today, man. Make sure y'all you know, head over to 9dayherbals.com. Check out our website too, 9dayherbals.com. We still got the sale going on. Buy 2 smokables, get 1 for free as well. Also sign up to join the email list too. So we keep y'all informed when we, put out new products, or, get new products on there, or products that's sold out, and we get them back on there. Make sure y'all sign up to the email list. And you also get discounts through the email list as well. So make sure y'all check us out. That's 9dayherbals.com. The link is in the description of this video, and pinned to the top of the chat. We also have the QR code. If you watch it from another device or anything, you can, wave your device, hit that QR code, and get straight to the website from there. So we appreciate all y'all that been supporting us, man, that been coming through,
Facts.
watching the content, liking the content, sharing it, buying our products, donating, all types of that. We definitely appreciate all the support y'all been showing us. So
Right. Yeah, we definitely see it, and we definitely appreciate all the comments that people leave. We want
Yeah,
everybody's opinions on this and everybody's thoughts on this,
right.
because this is a very serious time in our history. The fact that they developing these types of technologies and making this types of move, because industries are changing fast.
Yeah,
Industries are changing fast. Technology is moving at a very fast rate right now. I mean, those, especially to us millennials, those of y'all, shout out to y'all who's in that generation. We seen the technology jump
right.
from people not using computers as much to people on cell phones, like, and using the cell phone as a computer and using, you know what I'm saying? So this is insane. This is an insane time we have, right, that's going on right now. Now we integrate it into artificial intelligence and stuff like that. So this
Right.
is like, we seen these technological advances, from an old basic simple life of, most technology we had was a radio and a television. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the advanced phones and all that, the computer on our, at our fingertips, and being able, we ain't grow up with that, but then we seen everything progress to that. And it happened so fast. It's like we was living one way this amount of years, and then the next amount of years, everything is completely different. The way we live our lives, it's completely different. It's insane. Right. Thank you, Ryan. Yup, from analog to digital. Yup, that's when everything changed.
Right.
Yup. Yup. Analog to digital. We seen that jump, and that's when the whole world is different now. Yeah, it's like night and day at this point.
No pun intended.
Right. From when we grew up in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. Now we start getting to 2015, 16, 17, 8. Stuff start to get real crazy.
Right.
I mean, we literally seen us using CDs. We went from CDs to MP3 players to,
Like we went from
you know,
cassette tapes.
yeah. Well, I'm talking about from the millennial. We went
Oh,
even
from
back
the
before cassette tapes. We could say records and shit like that. But
yeah,
I'm saying, like, what we seen, like how we seen fast, like the progression between the CDs, burning CDs, to streaming. Like that happened. That jump happened fast as hell.
yeah, it did.
Yeah, like from those times,
'Cause it
because
was
that
like,
changed everything. That changed
yeah,
everything. Streaming, we don't own nothing now. Everything is subscription based.
right.
So that's another thing we have to understand. They taking away ownership, because if you don't own a physical copy of that music, you don't own it.
It was like Napster, LimeWire.
Right.
That was like the two major ones that when that switch happened, we had
Fact.
LimeWire and Napster.
Yep, and Napster.
Yeah,
Facts.
free music, downloading free music when albums came out, mixtapes, whatever new came out,
Yep.
Napster,
And we just
Napster and
burn the
LimeWire.
CDs. Yep,
Yep,
we just burn the CDs straight from there and get the
yep,
music on the CDs from LimeWire and Napster and put
yep.
it on the CD. Now everything is streaming, y'all. It's like
Everything streamed.
we don't own nothing. Everything is subscription based. When they say you will own nothing and be happy, when they really trying to put that on us, and we already a big portion of it. We there already.
Right.
Like everything is streamed. Like you don't own no physical movies or nothing. You just streaming them all. Even with the games, like people ain't even buying physical copies of video games. It's just so they could cut you off at any moment.
Right.
Like people don't realize we giving up. I mean, it's convenient. Yeah, it is convenient to have all the Star Wars on one app and you streaming it. But I mean, you don't own it because they can just cut it off at any moment. But if you own the DVD or the VHS of Star Wars collection, you could just pop it in your device anytime and watch it. But when it's streaming, they could just cut you off. So you won't own nothing. If you don't have the certain amount of money that it takes to keep that subscription, you're done. You ain't gonna you don't have access to it no more.
Dang.
Yeah, you see that? Like, and they doing that with everything. Everything is a subscription at this point. And they planning on doing the same thing with money. A cashless society, digital currencies, it's the same thing. You really ain't gonna own it. You ain't got that physical dollar in your hand to go. You ain't gonna own it. That's what it is. I mean, it's all based off of them selling us convenience for a certain type of social structure that we accepting into our lives. But now they starting to get radical with it, because it's balance even within that. But there's no. But what we're witnessing, we dealing with real extremists, and that's how these governments and all has been constructing the world and being irresponsible with this technology. You see Zuckerberg and Bill Gates getting asked questions by, you know, American government all the time, like, what the hell is going on, Mark Zuckerberg? Why your glasses spying on people?
All right.
Those meta glasses. Why your meta? Why are people collecting, naked videos of people standing in the mirror and stuff like that? Why they collecting those videos from meta glasses and storing them? Like, you getting
Exactly.
asked questions like
Yeah,
that
those meta glasses is part of data collecting. They're
in
using
real
those meta.
time.
Yeah, they're using the meta glasses to collect data because they could tap into it anytime. They control the whole, the whole meta technology as far as with them glasses, so they can
Right.
tap into any individual to have those glasses. They can tap into their cameras at any time or tap into whatever being stored on their drive. Yeah, you just they can take the data. They have access to the data. So we definitely know that's what they're definitely doing. Collecting, they still collecting data. They plan on using all this data that they collecting against us.
Exactly. Through Series, Alexas, Google, Chat GPT, Gemini, Facebook, well, Meta. It's all information, data. It's data mining, because that a lot of that data, you can sell that information to people if you're extracting it well. So they make a lot of money off of that. You got some companies that make a lot of money off of that. So they got things set up to where, so you got that problem going on. And when you got that problem going on, that means people information that shouldn't be leaked nowhere is leaked everywhere now.
Yeah, everywhere, bro.
Yeah, which is a big problem to privacy rights and all of that type of stuff.
Exactly.
So it's like the whole industry should be shut down at this point.
The whole industry, bro. They deliberately did
Yeah,
that shit on purpose to leak
right.
everyone's data.
How is that not a priority of tracking the individuals that's leaking all this illegal data all over the web
Right.
and selling it off for millions and sometimes billions of dollars,
Billions.
depending on what type of information and who the information is from. So that's another thing. Like, this is a real critical time that we at right now, and I don't think a lot of people are conscious of what's going on. So that's why it's important for y'all who are conscious in here to help spread this message, man. So please like and share this video if y'all haven't already, man. We're gonna be up out of here though. I
Yeah,
sort of got
appreciate
long
y'all.
winded at the end. We
Nah, it's all
definitely
good.
appreciate y'all.
It's all good. Yeah. Shout out to y'all that's tuned in from Rumble. Make sure y'all subscribe to our Rumble too. For y'all that's on YouTube, just go to rumble.com and type in the search Night and Day Network, and you'll see us pop up. We're
Facts.
verified on there, so you'll see Night and Day Network pop up on Rumble. Make sure y'all go follow us over there too.
Facts.
Yes, indeed. Let me see something. Yeah. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I guess that's it, bro.
Yep.
That concludes this live stream. We up out of here, y'all. Peace.
I'm not even gonna lie. The joint pain I deal with every day will slow me all the way down. But ever since I started using this right here, Night and Day Pain Relief Balm, everything changed. And within minutes, I feel the difference. Like real relief. Now I can clean my whole house without even thinking about the pain. As a nurse, I'm on my feet all day. And this right here helps me get through my entire shift. I can actually enjoy time with my kids now. Go outside, be active, without hurting the whole time. Feels good to just live again. Honestly, if it wasn't for Night and Day Pain Relief Balm, I don't think I'd have the quality of life I have right now.
Comfort slows you down. Reach for natural relief. Night and Day Hemp's extra strength CBD pain relief balm melts into aching muscles, delivering warmth you can feel. Soothe your body naturally. Feel free to move again. Night and Day Hemp balm melts away tension so you can enjoy every moment. Feel the difference fast. Real relief, real results. Order now at Night and Day Herbals.